Ekam symbolizes the highest state of enlightenment. It is a state of oneness. It's the highest. And that's why we have come up with the name Ekam. It is said in the scriptures that it is the consciousness of the universe. As Bhagavan was just mentioning, how we are all one with the universe and we are really not separate. That is the consciousness of the universe, Ekam. So that's why we have selected the name Ekam. What does the oneness field mean? The oneness field means that each and every one of us has a power to generate a field. Now this space between us, we think that this space is an empty space, that there's nothing between us. But science today tells us that this space is made up of matter, and this space can be impacted. Like when you go to a person, you clearly know without speaking a word whether this person is a good person or a bad person or a so-and-so person. Without speaking any words. It's just from a feeling. Now that feeling is being impacted by the consciousness. So now if you want to impact the space, and if you want to bring about a transformation without talking much, because that's what most of us want, we have to move into powerful inner states of being. We have to learn to grow in higher consciousness. Now the oneness field name has come from that understanding that each and every one of you in this room, when you meditate here, you will be able to move into higher powerful states of consciousness. And as you move into those states, you will create a field. You will create a field that will impact the world. You will create a field that will make this world a better place. So if you look at today's world, the world is going through massive crisis. The world is going through massive problems, be it environmental problems, be it family problems, be it the financial crisis, be it conflict between countries, be it health issues, be it problems between parents and children, be it anything and everything. What we are seeing as we turn right, left, anywhere, we are only seeing problems in this world. And those problems are causing us immense suffering, and we do not know how to become free of the suffering. And as we do not learn this art of becoming free of suffering, we will never make this world a better place. We have to learn this art of becoming free of our inner suffering, living in beautiful states of consciousness, so that every word we speak, every action we do is a powerful right action, an action that's born from a superior consciousness. So if there is problems everywhere in the world, one of the reasons for the problem, or the most important reason for the problem, is that our mind has gotten used to divisiveness. Our mind has gotten used to separation. All that we are used to is divide and separate. As countries we want to divide, as religions we want to divide, as cultures we want to divide, as man and woman we want to divide, as father and son we want to divide, as mother and daughter we want to divide. Everywhere we want to keep dividing and dividing and dividing. We just want separation. Now why has this been this way for thousands and thousands and thousands of years? How many of you in this hall completely agree that we as a human species are dividing more and more? What you see out there is more division than oneness. How many of you agree? Great. Wonderful. So if this division has to stop, one of the most important things that Sri Amma Bhagavan always said is that a neurobiological shift must happen in our brain. Please understand that the states of anger, the states of hurt, jealousy, envy, whatever we show, most of us are trying to address that at a very behavioral level. So for example, your kid is angry with you. You want to make sure that his behavior changes or her behavior changes. So you tell your kid, you know what, if you do not change, I am going to make sure that your holidays are cancelled. Or I'm not going to give you something that you deserve. So by saying something like that, you want your child's behavior to change. So what we are constantly addressing is a behavior. But what we do not understand is that it is our state that needs to change. Our state of this I consciousness that needs to change. Once that state changes, then there is hope for mankind. If a state needs to change, then there has to be a neurobiological shift that needs to happen in your brain. So that this experience of I consciousness, this thousands of years of behavior of separation, division, constantly separate and divide, that needs to end. As that ends, the new world, the new era of oneness will begin. So this place, the processes and the meditations that has been designed by Preethaji and the team,